Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Cup Network, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently just sipping on some water here, trying to stay hydrated because it is hot here. And if you are somewhere hot, please stay hydrated. Drink lots and lots of water. We only want you to be safe. But if I was drinking anything else, I would probably maybe not be drinking it out of my cup mug. Uh huh. And of course, I celebrate myself. Hey, I celebrate myself because I got my cup mug and I got my cup mug. And you can get a cup mug too at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. You can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at honestly, you don't have to get the mug. You can get any of our cup merch. And we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. Get your cup mug or merch. Period. We are here to finally talk about the mole, the finale of the mole, episodes 9 and 10. Had some technical difficulties, not due to us, but due to StreamYard, where we couldn't record when I was going to record. But we're back. We're here. We're doing it. And I can't wait to talk about it because my girl Buddha made it all episodes. Period, period, period. You know, this is a Muna Stan account, Muna podcast, period. Like, there's no, is there bias? Absolutely. Well, we cheering for her? Absolutely. And I can't wait to talk about the finale of The Mole. Um, but before we get into that, let's take care of some business. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on, while you're here because we appreciate all the support. And we have a lot going on here on the Cup TV about to happen. We're wrapping up Love Island this week, but we're starting Big Brother tomorrow. Or today when this video drops, it'll be tomorrow because I'm putting it out today. But tomorrow, and then we have Survivor coming back very soon. We have the Anonymous. Um, and we are doing Claim to Fame. So we got a lot going on here on the Cup TV. So subscribe here and hit that notification bell. But you want to also subscribe to our other channels. Our main channel is popping off. If you're a fan of anything drag or drag race, we got 4 drag race shows going on right now. We got one wrapping up. Another one wrapping up soon, but 2 more joining. One joining this week, another one joining next month. So, and then another probably cast assessment coming very soon. We're going to get another drop soon of another one. So we have more and more and more coming your way. So you don't want to miss it. All the links will be in the description below in our link tree. Click on that and click all of our YouTube channels and subscribe to them. We appreciate it. You can also find our audio podcast links as well. You can click on that so you can follow us on the go. And if you want to join our Patreon, that link is down there as well. So you can get early access to content across all 4 channels and exclusive content across all 4 channels. So check that out. Join our Patreon, and we appreciate all the support. Thanks. But let's get into this episode of The Mole. We start off The Mole where we left off with Hannah going to meet Ari at the restaurant, and she had choices and decisions to make. There were 5 platters in front of her, and she had to pull off the top of one to either find money. She had a menu given to her first, and it showed everything that was in the platters. It was $1,000, $20,000, an exemption, a correction, and a game over. So he already gave her a clue from the mole. The mole said that the $20,000 is in plate number 2, and she decided to pull the top off of plate number 3 instead, and under plate number 3 was $20,000. Um, and Hannah, the reason they chose Hannah to go in the first place is because Hannah was like, "I'm coming back with the money. I need the money. I want the money in the pot, blah, blah, blah." And she, um she, um she got the $20,000 right off the bat, and everybody was like, well, she was very like, "Whew, okay." She was and Ari said, "But you don't have to stop here because, number 1, this is a double elimination, and you can keep going and find the exemption if you like." And he gave her another clue from the mole. The mole said that the exemption is in plate number 4. And so she, they left it there. They didn't tell us what she chose or what happened. They just went back to the group who was waiting for her, and they were like, "I hope she did right. I hope she took the money." They were like, "But she did lose money for us once before, but she has always lately have been about the money." So everybody was kinda contemplating if they made the right decision on sending Hannah or what. And so she walks in and she takes her seat, and everybody's like, "So what happened?" So she explained the game, and she told them that she picked the platter with $20,000. So they were like, "Yes. Oh my god." She said, "But I was given the option to keep going, and it could be, um, I can go for the exemption." And they were like, "Well, what did you do?" And she said, "I thought about it, and I took the $20,000." And so for the first time, our pot is over $100,000 in this game. And everybody cheered, and everybody's very happy. I was shocked. I thought she was gonna go for the exemption because knowing it was a double, um, it was like, why would you not? But I was like, I guess the only reason you go for the double or not go for the exemption is maybe if you're the mole. That was me personally. I was like, could she be the mole? Possibly. I don't know. Um, bring up my visual because I always like a visual. Uh-huh. And but she she went for the she gave come back with the money. So everybody was very happy and thankful and grateful that she came back with the money. So Ari comes in and it's time to do the elimination quiz. And everybody goes to take the quiz. And knowing that this is a double, it's kind of nerve wracking. And so we see that this is our group that's left: Sean, Deanna, Muna, Hannah, Ryan, and Mike. And they're all back. They're all waiting. The Ari comes with the results of the quiz, and the person who ended up getting eliminated first was Ryan, and I was shocked. I honestly that shocked me because I she was at the top of my list for being the mole, but then I should have thought about, like, I don't know if they would pick a woman to be the mole twice, but then I'm like, "But would they? But why wouldn't they?" But they could, but I don't know. But I thought it was Ryan. She was the top of my list, but she was not the mole. I was like, "Oh, well, then why was she playing so shady?" Like, I don't know. I thought she was it, but she was not. But then Ari walks her out, and he comes back and is like, "But that's not it. Somebody else is going to go." And Muna had already been safe at that point, so I was like, "Yes." Um, Hannah had been safe. I think Sean? I think he was safe. But the person who ended up being eliminated was Deanna. And everybody was a little sad by that. They're like, she was actually really into this. And she was the investigator, but she was not correct because she had her sights set on Muna. And I was like, I don't know why. I don't think she's the mole. I don't think she's the mole. But that was just me. I was like, I think she's playing it up like she could be the mole, but I don't think she's the mole. It was times I was like, "Is she?" But I didn't. It just didn't sit right with me. I didn't think she was the mole. But so that means our final four is Sean, Muna, Hannah, and Mike. And then they go get ready for their next mission, which is going to happen at night. And they were going to go to this museum to do a museum heist. And they had to steal some artifacts and not get caught. Literally, just steal the artifacts, don't get caught, don't break any other artifacts. They had specific ones that they had to get, and one person was gonna be on these wires, and they had to get it and not trip the alarm or knock over any of the artifacts. Now, they were trying to decide who's going to do what, and Muna pushes for Mike to be on the ropes. And I found that kinda strange too. I was like, "Why would you want Mike up there?" Uh, I would've probably said Hannah because, some uh, the guys could use the strips to hold her up and move her around, but they pushed Mike, and Mike was up there, and, he's a heavier guy, and so I was like, "Why Mike?" But then Muna and Hannah and Sean had to be the ones to use the levers to pull things and push things. Um, it was in this moment for me that I realized who the mole was. It was in this moment that I realized who the mole was. I was like, "Oh, okay, I see you now. I see you now." Because the way that they were doing it, like, everybody was having hard times with the pulley situation to see, okay, we move it this way, we move it this way, we pull here, we gank here, we do it gently here, we do it, and um trying to maneuver Mike so he won't knock over stuff, won't trip the alarm and get the right artifact. Because it was one, all the artifacts that they needed had a monkey on it with the tail going inward instead of outward. And so they had to find the right pieces. And Mona was having struggling with the ropes, and Hannah was struggling with the ropes, and Sean was struggling with the ropes. But then for me, Sean was doing some weird stuff, like he was yanking it hard when it didn't need to be hard. They were like gently, he yanked it hard. I was like, "Mm, that's very mole-like behavior." That's very mole-like behavior for me. And I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, he's the mole. He's the mole. He has to be the mole. Because at first, like I say, I thought it was Ryan, thought it was Hannah, but then in that moment, I was like, "Nah, nah, I see who it is now." I think it was Sean. And in that moment, I said it was Sean, and I was sticking to it. Like I was like, "That's my final answer. Like it has to be him." I felt like it was him at that moment because he was doing some weird stuff, but then they were blaming it on Mona, like, "Why are you not pulling here?" And it was just so weird. I just felt that. I felt that for him. And so they ended up failing the mission because they knocked over 3 artifacts. They got 1, so they got, I think it was 1,000 or 10,000 or something like that. They got 1, and then they had to take out the money that they lost. So I think it was 10,000, so they lost 3,000 when they knocked over the artifacts. So it was weird, but they got some money from this mission, but, um, so they go back, and then it's time for another elimination quiz. And they do the elimination quiz, and the person who was eliminated was Hannah. And I was like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That just, that just assures me that I was correct in this. I was correct with this thought at the last. And I'm not gonna see me like, oh, I thought this was him the whole time. Because no, I did not. I thought it was Ryan and Hannah for a lot of this. But at that moment in that museum, I was like, oh, it just became obvious. It just became very obvious. So our top three are Sean, Muna, and Mike. And I was very excited. I was very excited to see Muna made it to the finale. And I was like, yay, my girl did it. She did it. She did it. She did it. She did it. I'm so happy. And I'm like, if she can win this, that'll be great. That'll be everything. So the last mission they were able to do to try to get the last amount of money into their bank was like a Minecraft, like a mine field type of thing. Like you had to go in the right pattern to get to the end, like and not step on not step the wrong way and end up blowing up the spot, whatever. But they had three chances to get there. And so they picked the order of who they want how they wanted to go. So I think Sean went first, then Mike, then Muna. And so Sean was picking his sides and making his way through. He got so far and then he stepped on the wrong one. So his time was up. So Mike had to follow his pattern and then go once he got to as far as Sean went, he went. So he went pretty decently far and he ended up going the wrong way. And so Muna had to follow the pattern the correct way to get to the end. And she was following and, memorizing steps and she got it pretty well. And then up until that end, she was good. And then Sean tried to confuse her and tell her to go the wrong way. And she knew which way she was supposed to go. And Mike was like, no, you go this way, go right, go right. And she was like, no, step across to the right, diagonal, diagonal. And so I think in that moment, Muna also realized Sean is the mole. So she stopped listening to him and she went the right way. And they ended up getting the last amount of their into their pot, which ended up with $154,000 in their pot. So congratulations to them. And so we see they get congratulations, they made it to the end, go get dressed up for the, to find out everything. And well, they had to go take their quiz. They went and took the quiz, and who knew the mole the most? They took the quiz, and Ari was going to give them their results when everybody from the season was able to come back, and they saw everybody. It was nice to see everybody back. It was nice to see everybody come back in, and people were still trying to figure out who is the mole. We don't know who the mole is. They were trying to figure out who the final three was. Then they saw Hannah come in, so they like, oh, okay, so the final three is Sean, Muna, and Mike. Um, People were still not sure of who the mole was, and so then the three came out, and Ari told the mole to reveal themselves. And the person who stepped forward and revealed themselves was Sean. Sean stepped up, and then results of uh, the winner was determined 2 questions off. The person between the person who won and second place, and the winner was Mike, and Muna came in second place, and Sean was revealed as the mole. I was like, "Oh, Muna, 2 questions, ugh." But she played so well, and I was so very proud of her. And Mike played a really good game because for a lot of the first part, I thought he was the mole. I thought it was him. I thought he was, Orion was. in my head, I was like, "It gotta be Mike." I thought it was him, but it was not. It was Sean, and Muna came in second place. But Mike had Sean pinned down from the movie night. And he was like, "Sean is definitely the mole," especially when he saw him sabotage at the gala. He was like, "He's definitely the mole," and I was like, "Yeah, I can see it. I can see that." I thought he was just trying to play it up a little bit, but definitely by the time they got to the museum heights, I was like, "Oh, it's definitely Sean. It's definitely Sean." That sealed it for me. But I was very happy for Mona that she did really, really well. She had a lot of people confused and thinking she was the mole. They were stuck on her. They were stuck on her, and that's why a lot of them went home. Mike shifting his for off of Muna to Sean was the smartest thing because he was like, "Yeah, it's definitely Sean. I don't care what nobody say. I know it's Sean," and that got him in the end to win. And you know what? I'm not mad at it honestly, because Sean played so well, and he deserved because he did that. But all in all, overall, I thought this was a really good season of The Mole. I enjoyed it from beginning to end, and not just because I knew Muna was playing, but because this cast was really great, and I enjoyed the games and the challenges and all the different things, the dynamics. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good. We saw Sean's sabotages and all the things that he did to try to sabotage uh all the missions from the first one all the way to the last one, when he was crying on the rooftop saying he was afraid of heights and freaking out, but he was never afraid of heights. That's why he was able to scale down that thing so quickly afterwards, after he got down there. It was interesting. It was very interesting to see that all of his sabotages and what he was trying to do, but in the end, Mike pulled it out and he deserved, and Mooney came in second place playing a very great game. And I, all in all, overall enjoyed this season of The Mole. I hope it comes back soon. I hope we see Muna on other shows because I think she's so good. She's good TV. I enjoyed her. I really didn't. Not, and I knew that I would because playing games with her, I love playing with her. I love being allies with her. And would never want to be an enemy of hers in a game because she's that good. But I had a good time watching this. I'm very happy that we got to watch it and got to cheer on our girl the whole season, and that we got to cover it here on the Cup TV. But that's it for the mole. We one down, now Big Brother, here we come. But subscribe to this channel, you guys. Hit the notification bells because we got a lot more content coming your way. We appreciate you all for your support and for checking us out. Go send some love to Muna. Uh, she deserves. Um, we had a great time here talking about the mole. We got other things coming your way on this channel and all of our other channels. So go click the link tree in our description below and click on all of our YouTube links, our audio podcast links, our Patreon links, and our uh, merch link to get all of your cup merch and all of the things. We appreciate you very, very much. Follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me if you'd like on Twitter, and my Instagram is right there. And you can follow me on TikTok as well. It's Lady J, same thing. Just yeah, on TikTok as well. I put all of my own personal thoughts on pretty much all the shows we cover here on my TikTok mostly. But I definitely be doing it for Big Brother. So check me out on TikTok. Follow me if you want. Um, and yeah, we go get out of here. So thanks, y'all. Cheers. Go follow Mona for clear skin. She's amazing. Love you, girl.